Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. 7 Coronation Street spoilers. Paul and Billy get married as killer Stephen is cornered. Also, Carla is on to Stephen. Teen Mason terrorizes Liam and Addie crosses the line. It's the big day next week, but after Paul Foreman, Peter Ash, and Billy Mayhew, Daniel Brocklebank, say their vows, there's a secret to uncover. Meanwhile, Carla Barlow, Allison King, works out one of Stephen Reed's, Todd Boyce, crimes. But does she know the half of it? Teen Mason, Luca Tulin, bullies Liam Connor, Charlie Renchel, and Adi Alahans, Adam Hussein. Actions shock Dad Dev, Jimmy Harkishan. Stu Carpenter, Bill Fellows, hopes to expose Doms, Darren Morfitt, True Colors, while Cassie Plummer, Claire Sweeney, has designs on Kevin Webster, Michael Lavelle. Here are all your Coronation Street spoilers from 2nd, 4th October 2023. 7 Coronation Street spoilers next week. 1. Paul Foreman and Billy Mayhew wed, but what is Paul hiding? Gemma Winterbrown, Dolly Rose Campbell, and Bernie Winter, Jane Hazelgrove, help groom Paul get ready for his wedding to Billy. At the bistro, the guests take their seats. Gemma and Bernie walk dying Paul down the aisle, where Billy is waiting for him, his heart filled with love. Billy and Paul exchange vows and the registrar pronounces them married. But after the ceremony, Billy is shocked to discover his new husband has been keeping a secret from him. What is Paul hiding? Has it got anything to do with his assisted dying plan? As the week continues, Billy, Paul and Summer Spellman, Harriet Bibby, survey Paul's new wheelchair and realize that it won't fit through the door of the flat. Ed Bailey, Trevor Michael Georges, measures up the doorway, just as a parishioner called Babs approaches Billy, handing him a bottle of fizz to congratulate him on his marriage. Billy smiles with relief, but when another parishioner called Vaughn tells Billy he should be ashamed of himself, Billy loses his temper and tells him he needn't worry, as his husband is dying. But Billy is unaware that Paul has heard everything. As the grief Billy is already feeling for Paul hurt the man he loves. 2. Carla Barlow confronts Stephen Reed, and is Tim Metcalf in danger? Stephen hears a familiar ringtone and recognizes it from the canal. Turning to see Tim Metcalf, Joe Dutton, answering his phone, Stephen realizes that Tim must have followed him that night. Meanwhile, Tim opens wife Sally Metcalf's, Sally Dinevor parcel, a leather wallet, and realizes he's forgotten their wedding anniversary, but has Tim got bigger concerns? At the same time, Carla, who had her hair tested after becoming suspicious that she was drugged with LSD months ago, gets news. A letter from the clinic confirms there were traces of the drug in her sample, and Carla tells husband Peter, Chris Gascoigne, that she thinks it was the late Rufus Donahue, Steve Mio. But after checking the dates of her illness, she realizes this doesn't add up. Carla grimaces as she sips a coffee made by Michael Bailey, Ryan Russell, and he apologizes before pointing out that, usually, Stephen or Sarah make the coffee. Carla freezes as the truth hits her, and she drags Stephen into the office, telling him she knows he spiked her drinks with LSD and that she'll prove it. When Carla storms out, Sarah is uneasy, and Carla goes on to share her suspicions with D.S. Swain, Vicky Myers. Swain asserts that it's mere speculation, and Carla will need evidence. Could she take Stephen down? 3. Will killer Stephen Reed escape? Jenny Connor, Sally Ann Matthews, tells Stephen that, although she can see the appeal of moving to Thailand permanently, it's a pipe dream and she'll make do with a holiday. Stephen, intent on escaping his murderous crimes, shows Jenny a picture of a bar in Thailand, and explains a friend owns it and is looking for a new manager. Jenny realizes how serious Stephen is about moving abroad, but she won't be swayed even as he continues to try and persuade her. However, the next day, we see Jenny tell Rita Tanner, Barbara Knox, that she is, in fact, moving to Thailand after all. When Jenny tells Stephen, he's thrilled. Sarah Barlow, Tyna O'Brien, hears the pair talking and reminds Stephen that he must still pay his mom Audrey Roberts, Sue Nichols, back. Stephen lies that he's only going on holiday, but it looks like he could be stopped in his tracks once more thanks to Nasty Mason. Ratcliffe targets Liam Connor. Dylan Wilson, Liam McShane, and Mason enjoy some banter at the bus stop, while Liam struggles with his asthma. Mason pokes fun at Liam, while Liam's stepdad Gary Windass, Mikey North, clocks the exchange and is unimpressed. Mason, Dylan, and a reluctant Liam later plan their day scavenging from school. In the precinct, Mason hands them disposable vapes, and Dylan tries it and feels sick. Mason forces Liam to try the vape, and this causes Liam to suffer an asthma attack. Mason does a runner when he realizes it's serious, while Dylan calls an ambulance. At the hospital, Gary and Liam's mom Maria Connor, Samuel Onchemben, are horrified to hear what's happened, and Gary tells Maria that Mason's family are notorious and Liam needs to stay away from him. Maria demands answers from Dylan and Mason, but Mason denies everything. Liam gets a text from Mason, who threatens to beat him up if he snitches. Liam is desperate to avoid Mason, and makes out he's sick so that Maria keeps him out of school. Mason, meanwhile, makes some comments about Dylan's gay dad, Sean Tully, Anthony Cotton. Will Dylan see Mason's true colors? 5. Adi Alahan betrays dad Dev. Dev, Asha, Tanisha Gori, and Chesney Brown Sam Aston find the door of the kebab shop smashed open, and when Ches finds a snow globe on the floor, Dev's heart sinks, knowing it belongs to Adi. Asha warns Adi that Dev knows he's responsible, but when the police arrive, Dev insists it's a family matter. Adi accuses Dev of reporting him, but Asha reveals it was Chesney who told the police. Adi tells his sister that Dev offered Courtney Vance, Stephanie Davis, £5,000 to leave him, so their dad's an idiot. Left alone, Courtney tells Adi she's proud of him and leads him to the bedroom. But how far down this path will Adi go? 6. Stu Carpenter plots against Dom Everett. Yasmin Metcalf, Shelley King, returns from Pakistan and is shocked when Stu tells her how Dom tries to demand cash from him in return for custody of Eliza Woodrow, Savannah Cuneo. Dom and Eliza call in to see Stu, but Dom refuses to let her stay for tea and orders her to get the rest of her things. Yasmin assures Stu that once the novelty of living with her dad has worn off, Eliza will be back, and all they can do is wait and be there for her when that time comes. But as the week comes to an end, Stu meets up with private investigator Leslie and instructs her to dig up some dirt on Dom. What will they find? 7. Cassie Plummer has a crush on Kevin Webster. Cassie storms off after being ordered to keep quiet during the garage's meeting with the taxi firm. But when a police officer arrives, telling Tyrone Dobbs, Alan Halsall, they think his stolen car was involved in a hit and run, Ty asks Cassie where she was on the date in question. Cassie denies any involvement, but Evelyn doesn't believe her. Kevin finds Cassie drunk and offers her his sofa to sleep on, as she can't go home in such a state. The next day, hungover Cassie arrives for work and tells Tyrone she spent the night at a mate's house. Kev tells wife Abby, Sally Carmen Datine, that he found Cassie drunk and let her spend the night at their house, but Cassie doesn't want Tyrone to find out. Cassie thanks Kev for not grassing her up, and as he puts the kettle on, Cassie watches him fondly. This can't end well. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.